we know, fall is coming up, and if you ask me what I've been thinking about nonstop, it has been autumn and fall and creating that type of content. So the other day, I spent about the whole entire day customizing my phone for fall. And when I tell you I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed. So we're just gonna get right into this video. This is a what's on my iPhone 15 Pro but fall edition, and I think you guys are going to love it because I certainly do. I will have everything widget-wise and pictures I used on my Pinterest. There's an iOS board, and if you go to the fall 2024 board, that is where everything is saved. And I will have that linked down below for you guys as well. So the theme is obviously fall, but I kind of wanted to spice it up a little bit and do fall with something else. So I made this a fall/old money theme, and I changed everything you can think about. I changed the app covers, I used different widget apps, I made like Polaroid widgets, and I'm just so excited. So let me just show you. Starting off, the only thing that isn't really considered fall is my phone case. It looks like this. It's from Amazon. This is a European summer phone case. I do really love it. However, I did order a pumpkin phone case, and it's coming in soon, but it's not here yet. So we're just gonna ignore that because that is the only thing that is not fall. But this is the iPhone 15 Pro in natural titanium, and I love it. So I'm going to start screen recording, and let me show you what I did. So the first thing I have right here is my wallpaper. Now, I was looking on Pinterest and I saw this bike with a little pumpkin bag inside of it with all the leaves on the floor, and that just reminded me perfectly of fall. I think it's because the transition from fall to summer is very peaceful in my mind, and all the leaves falling off the trees is really the start of fall for me. So when I saw that, I just knew it was something that I automatically loved and wanted on my lock screen. For the color of my font, I just put it to orange because orange just reminds me of fall. And then on the top, I have the day and the date. I have two pumpkins with the angel number 777 in the middle. I love angel numbers. I love 444. I actually wear that on my necklace. And then 777 I love as well. So I just put two little pumpkins on each end of it just to make it more fall. Then I have obviously the time, and then for my widgets, I have the weather app, and then I also have the little Spotify app. So now if we go into my actual phone, this is the first thing we see. As you can see, it's very autumn themed and very old money themed. The first thing I want to do is just show you the little background I have. So this is my wallpaper. This is, again, straight off of Pinterest. I love it. It is a beige aura, and again, I just feel like that is the vibe I was going for my phone. Very neutral, but still fall and old money. So now we're gonna start off with my first widget. So my first widget is from Pinterest. These all change hourly for me. I love when some of my widgets change. I think it's so nice and aesthetic. So I set it to a board, and it just switches between photos on that board. So for this, I just have a girl in New York City, I believe, and it's more fall fashion acquired. If I go into this, it's my board and it's under fall fashion, and it changes hourly. The next app I have is YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is something I use all the time for looking at my analytics on YouTube. I would highly recommend this if you have a YouTube channel. And for the little picture, I have a mirror with a flower, and it's like reflecting, and I thought that was really cute. Next, I have YouTube. I love watching YouTube, especially when I'm doing something that I don't want to be doing, whether it's cleaning my closet, cleaning my apartment, doing some work where I want background music on or background noise on. I love watching YouTube, especially to fall asleep to. And for the app icon, I just have some jewelry. Next, I have Pinterest. As we know, I love Pinterest. I probably love every single app I have on my phone, but for my Pinterest, if you go on my Pinterest and then you go to my account, it's Sam Costo with 2 A's and a 3. This is kind of what my Pinterest looks like, and I will just show you the board that I was talking about just so it's easy for everyone to find. So if you scroll down, there's a board and it says iOS iPhone. So if you click that board, it's actually titled Old Money. I apologize. And all the pictures that I used are going to be in old money, and I'll go through and add the rest of them as well. But this is kind of just what my Pinterest looks like. I love using Pinterest for inspiration and thinking about new ideas and things I can try and do. And for that app icon, I just have a little coffee with a jack-o'-lantern in the middle. I think that just screams fall. Next, I have VSCO. Now for VSCO, I use VSCO more as a storage for my photos. I love VSCO. I definitely did used to be a VSCO girl, and now I just kind of use it to store all my photos that I really like. If you did want to go check that out, my name is just Samantha Costa one, but I do use this as more of like a photo dump, so all of my favorite pictures are on my VSCO. And for that icon, I just have a girl leaning on a car. Next, I have photos. I love taking photos. I say this in a lot of my videos, but I try to take photos of literally everything you can think of, and there's a big reason as to why I do this. I like to live in the moment, but I also love to have memories, because when I look back at my photos, I can really relive that moment, and I really love taking those photos. So that's why I really love taking photos, and also I just have a passion for it. And for that app icon, I just have a girl holding a little wine glass. Next, I have calendar. I use calendar pretty often, and obviously that's just where I put everything that I have to remember. And for calendar, my app icon is a girl. She has a glove on and she's holding a phone. Then going down to camera, that goes hand in hand with taking photos. Obviously you need the camera to take the photos, so same thing about photos goes with camera. For that, I have a girl in a dress and she's fixing her shoe. Next, I have Gmail. Gmail is what I use for all of my work emails and just staying in contact with some people. And for that app icon, I have a fall themed, I think it's a croissant with some headphones and some leaves next to it. Next, I have Widget-smith. Now this one actually doesn't change at all. I really like this picture. It's just a vintage old money picture of YSL, and I think it looks so pretty. And then very similar to that, I have another old money Widget-smith widget, and this is just a mirror, and it's a girl's reflection of her jewelry and her satin silk top. Next to that, I have TikTok. TikTok, I always have so many things to say about, because sometimes I'm really good at posting on it and sometimes I'm horrible at posting on it. I've been trying to do better. If you did want to follow me, my account is just Hey It's Sam Costa, and I do have a lot of drafts that I do want to post, so hopefully I will do that soon. And for that app icon, I have a girl with her boots on, a really pretty purse. Next, I have Threads. I love Threads, but I honestly don't use it that much because I feel like I used to a lot when it first came out, and I kind of just fell off of using it. I'm gonna stop saying the icons just because I don't really know perfectly how to describe them, but I do promise they all will be linked on my Pinterest. Next, I have Instagram. Again, love Instagram. I really have been doing a better job at posting on Instagram. I especially love my little highlights over here just because I feel like it's so many memories that I don't necessarily want to post on my feed, but that I want to remember and that I still want on my account. This is what my Instagram looks like. I tried to stay to one specific theme, and I think I did a pretty good job at using my preset. My username is just sam.costa if you did want to follow me. I do a lot of interaction polls on there as well for some of my YouTube videos and asking you guys questions and stuff like that. Then moving down here to my docs. So I did get these off of Pinterest as well, and I just used the exact icon just in a neutral beige theme. So I have my phone, I have Safari, and then I have messages as well. I like to put the things I use the most on the bottom, and the one thing I will say about using app icons instead of the actual app, it makes it look very aesthetic, but you don't see the notifications. I think it makes it look very neat and clean, but sometimes I will forget to answer people because I don't see the notifications, so that's just something to keep in mind. Moving right along to the next page, I have this beautiful widget that reminds me a lot of Polaroids. This was a little difficult to do. I am going to make a whole other video of how I made the widget the same exact color so that it just looks like the widget is the Polaroids, but this is really cool because you can have as many pictures as you want and you can swipe through the widget, as you guys can see, and it just changes the order of the pictures, which I think is amazing, and it'll also change by itself. And again, I'm making an iOS 18 video coming up really soon, which I will go over how to do all of this exactly, so don't worry. Next, we're gonna go into my folders, and I did change every single app icon in the folders as well, and that's why customizing my phone took so long. But if we open this first folder, this is my editing folder, and this is kind of the overview of what everything looks like. So first I have Lightroom. I love Lightroom. Lightroom is how I edit all my presets. I would highly recommend using Lightroom if you're trying to create a preset, because for me, it is the best app ever. Next, I have Widget-smith. That is just the app I use to create my widgets. Next, I have 1 Second Every Day. I love 1 Second Every Day. If you don't know what it is, basically it is a app where it lets you store all your 1 second videos. You take a 1 second video every single day, and at the end of the year, it creates a whole video for you. And it just really goes back to what I was talking about making those memories and remembering them, and watching that video back at the end of the year is just so nice to me and really does make me smile. Next, I have Snap Edit. This is a really cool app. It allows me to edit things out of my pictures. So let's say I take a picture and there's a wire behind me and I don't like how it looks, it'll just edit that out. Or if there's a car behind me and I don't like how that looks, I can edit that out and it'll make it look very natural. Next, I have Pixar and Canva. I use these two apps to create my thumbnails, which I can make a whole other video about if you guys guys are interested. Next I have Photo Wonder. That's just an editing app that I do some slight editing on. Next I have Fuji. I love this app. This is a disposable camera app, but it's on your phone, and it basically just makes all of your pictures look very vintage. So if I open this and I take a picture, it's really cool because it puts a film over everything and it looks really cool, in my opinion. The next app I have is Fonto. That's just another app I use for editing, and that's also the app that I store all my downloaded fonts on, which is a whole other story, but it's really cool. Moving over here, I have Like to Know It. This is where I put all of my outfits, so if you guys are ever interested in something I'm wearing, this is where I link them. Next I have CapCut. I use this to edit my TikToks. Next I have EPIK. I don't necessarily know how to say that. I don't really use this app anymore. It's just there because I use it very slightly. It's an editing app. I have Like to Know It Creator, which just goes hand in hand with having a Like to Know It. I have Shutterfly, which is where I get all my apps printed. I have Airbrush, which is another editing app, and then I have Tezza, which is another editing app as well, and I sometimes use that for my thumbnails. Going to my next folder, I have my bow folder. Now this is kind of where I stored all of my food. So I have Uber in here because I use Uber more for Uber Eats. I have Starbucks, I have Grubhub, I have DoorDash, I have Domino's, and Jersey Mike's. I feel like those are kind of self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna go through those one by one. Then coming over to my video folder, same thing with these. I feel like they are self-explanatory, but for the apps that I do watch, I watch Netflix. I loved watching Gossip Girl on there. I honestly don't watch Netflix too much anymore because Gossip Girl isn't on it anymore. Next I have ABC, then I have Spotify. I listen to Spotify literally every single day. Then I have Hulu, which I watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette on. I have Peacock, which I watch Love Island USA on. I have Disney Plus, HBO Max, which Gossip Girl is now on. Amazon Prime, which I watch Gilmore Girls on, and then Amazon Alexa for my Alexa. I thought she was gonna go off when I said that because she usually does. For my next folder, I have 2 hearts. So opening this, these are just all the apps that come on the iPhone that I use. Not a lot, but not enough to hide them. So I have FaceTime, I have Find My, which me and my friends share our locations on. It's just for safety purposes. I have Mail, I have the App Store, I have Weather, I have Settings, Contacts, and Calculator. Moving on to this next folder, I have an envelope, and then this is all of my like banking stuff. So I have Bank of America, PSE&G is in here, so I remember to pay that. I have Wallet, Discover, PayPal, US Bank, and then I have Cash App. Then I have my fitness folder, so I have a heart, and I have health. I have this app that I don't know how to pronounce, but I do personal training, and that's how I track my progress. And then I also have Orange Theory. Next I have my shopping folder, which of course is titled with the shopping bag emojis. So for this I have Amazon. I use Amazon way too much. I think I order from there at least like 10 times a week. I have Sephora, Urban Outfitters, Vivacious, which is an online boutique that I love, Target, which I'm obsessed with. I think I talk about Target 24/7. Garage, Arden, Etsy, Shop, which is how I track all my packages, and then I have eBay as well. And then I have this teddy bear folder. This is all of my work apps, so I'm not really gonna go into that just because it's personal information, but that is in my teddy bear folder. The next thing I have is a widget. This is a Widget-Smith widget, and it's just 2 girls holding coffees with their cute fall outfits on with the leaves on the floor. And then next to it, I have another Widget-Smith widget, and this picture just reminded me of fall baking, so that's why that's there. Moving on to the next page, I have some widgets again. So I made this jack-o'-lantern one of the widgets that looked like it was pinned, I guess, to a cork board, and again, you can tap these and they will switch, and I think that's so cool. So I have pie, I have the jack-o'-lantern, and then I have just a cute little fashion widget as well. Next, I have a picture of me and my boyfriend at a Dallas Cowboy game. When I think of fall, I think of football as well, so I just have us there. Then I have a Pinterest widget. This changes literally all the time. This is based off of my home screen on Pinterest, and I think it's really cool to see all of the different things that it changes to, and this also changes hourly. And then I have another picture of me and my boyfriend. We are actually in Florida here, but I chose this picture because I felt like our outfits looked really nice, and it just reminded me of fall fashion on a warmer day, if that makes sense. The next thing I have is my airplane folder app. So this is all of my traveling. So I have United, JetBlue, NJ Transit, which I use to get into the city, Park Mobile, which is an app that I use to pay for parking, especially in Montclair and South Orange and Hoboken. I have Hilton Honors and Public Hotels, which are 2 hotels that I love staying in. And then I have Hopper and Expedia, which are 2 traveling apps that I use when I'm looking for hotels to book and also airplanes. Then I have a cloud folder. These are the rest of my social media apps that I use sometimes, but not a lot. So I just have Facebook, Facebook Messenger, and BeReal. Next, I have Acura Link. I actually just got a new car. I'll have that video linked down below, and that app can next to my car. And then I have offer up. I think I mentioned this a few times on my channel now. I'm moving out of my apartment, so I'm trying to sell a lot of the things that are in my apartment, so I'm using that to do that. Moving on to the next page. I have this really cool clock widget. I, again, will talk about this in another video just because it's a very long process, and this video will be like an hour if I try to explain every single one that I did. So I will be doing that in my customizing video, but I feel like this is really cool. I made the font orange and the clock moves depending on what time it is. Then I have another post-it note type of widget, and I really love this. This is a widget of tomato soup with some bread, and then again, you can click them. I only wanted it to be this picture, but again, you can have more pictures included in it. Then down here, I have another Polaroid type of widget, and again, you can move them as well and switch the order, which I thought was really cool. And I just love the way that this looks. I think it looks so pretty and aesthetic. And these are just pictures, again, from Pinterest, and they remind me of the old money theme. Then I have two Widgetsmith widgets on the bottom, and these are just two of my best friends. So I have a picture of me and Madison and a picture of me and my friend Brianna. And then this is what this screen looks like. I don't even know what this screen is called, but just to show you guys what that looks like. And then moving all the way over here, I have this little board, which I'm obsessed with this. So again, I have my Polaroid widgets, which I think just looks so cute. I have a girl fixing her shoe in a really pretty dress. I have a fall baking widget. I have fall coffees with really cool fall coffee art. And then I have martinis for the old money theme. I have another set of post-it note widgets, and this is again more of a fall fashion type of widget for both of these. And then I have a calendar on the bottom, and I just love this whole page so much. That is everything that's on my phone. I absolutely love this theme, and I hope you guys do too, because I'm just obsessed with it, and I think it looks really good, and it took me so long, but I think it was so worth it. Again, I am making a very detailed video on how to do everything that's on my phone, including new stuff with iOS 18. On my phone right now, I do still have iOS 17, just to be clear, but I'm going to download the beta version very soon and test it out and then show you all the new widgets and app icons that I have on this phone now. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed up until this point of the video, comment this emoji down below, and I will see you really soon in my next video. Bye guys.